Dear students, today I am going to discuss one important theorem on group theory, that is Lagrange's theorem. Before going to prove this one, first we need to know the statement of the Lagrange's theorem. The statement of the Lagrange's theorem is order of H divides order of G. Mathematical statement of Lagrange's theorem is order of H divides order of G. What is H here? H is a subgroup. H is a subgroup of a finite group G. G is a finite group and H is a subgroup of a finite group G. Then the order of H divides order of G. This is the statement of the Lagrange's theorem. Okay? Write down this statement. Statement is if G is a finite group and H is a subgroup of a finite group G, then order of H divides order of G. That is order of H divides order of G. Let's see the proof of the theorem. Before going to prove this theorem, first we need to understand this statement. In statement we have some important definitions. See here. Before going to prove, we come to know what is finite group and what is subgroup and what is order of H and order of G. Already you know the definitions, all the definitions. Group means it satisfies four conditions. G is nothing but what? Group is nothing but, group is denoted by G star. Star is a binary operation and G is a non-empty set. Any non-empty set G together with the binary operation star is said to be a group if it satisfies four conditions: closure, associative, existence of identity and existence of inverse. If any non-empty set satisfies four conditions, okay, those four conditions, then that non-empty set is called a group. And what is finite group? Any group contains finite number of elements, then that group is called finite group. Similarly, subgroup is nothing but what? Here, H star is a subgroup of G. What is the meaning of this one? This subgroup is also a group, but it is a subset of the main group G. H is a subset of this group G, and also this set also satisfies all the four conditions of a group G. Therefore, this non-empty set is called a subgroup of G. It is also a group, but it is a subset of the main group G. Therefore, we call this H as a subgroup of this group G. Then, what is order of group? Order of H divides order of G is there. Order of a group is nothing but the total number of elements present in a group G. Suppose, I will give you an example. Suppose this set G contains, okay, G contains four elements, 1 minus 1, I minus I. H is equal to 1 minus 1. Observe here, this is a group. G is a group with respect to multiplication and H is a subgroup of this group G with respect to multiplication. Here, this group G contains 4 elements. H contains 2 elements. Okay, therefore order of G is equal to 4 and order of H is equal to 2 here. That means order of a group G is nothing but the total number of elements present in the group. Let's see the proof. Okay, by knowing all these definitions we can prove the Lagrange's theorem. Let's see the proof. Let what is given here? G is a finite group. Write down. Let G be a finite group. Finite group of order. Finite group means it contains some finite elements. Okay, finite elements. Therefore, I will take G be a finite group of order n. Assume this set G contains n number of elements. Okay, it may be 4, 6, 5, 7. Okay, anything. Okay, that is order of G is equal to n. Then what? And also I will take an element A belongs to G. A belongs to G means A is an element of this group G. Then again H is a subgroup of a finite group G. Write down. Let H be a subgroup of G of order. H be a subgroup of a group G of order. I will take M. Assume this H subgroup contains M number of elements. Okay. Again, we come to know what is coset. Already you have studied the definition of coset. In cosets we have two kinds. One is left coset, another one is right coset. Left coset is defined as A into H, that is equal to AH, such that this element is nothing but element of G and H is an element of the subgroup H. This is the definition of left coset. And similarly the right coset is HA is equal to HA, such that A belongs to G, H belongs to H. The product of H and A, where H is an element of the subgroup H and A is an element of the group G. Let us define the right coset or left coset of H in G. I will take here the right coset of H in G. You may take left coset also. Let us define. That is here. Order of H is M. Order of H is equal to M. Then consider the right coset. Consider the right coset of H in G. Of H in G. That is HA is equal to H1A, H2A, H3A and so on, HMA. This is a right coset of H in G, where H is nothing but what? Where H is equal to the subgroup H contains the elements H1, H2, H3, so on, Hm. These are all the elements belongs to H. H1, H2, H3, so on up to Hm are nothing but the elements of the subgroup H, because it contains m number of elements. Here in cosets also we have m number of elements. Here this A is belongs to the main group G. I will consider here A belongs to G and H1, H2, H3, so on up to Hm belongs to the subgroup H. H is equal to H1, H2, H3, so on up to H. Fine. Then observe here, in H we have the elements from H1 to Hm. These are all distinct. Okay, these are all distinct. Suppose in HA, if we have any two elements are are equal, then what happens? Observe here. Suppose all the elements, write down the all the elements in the coset, in the coset are distinct. All the elements in the coset are distinct. Otherwise, suppose we know that all the elements in the right cosets are distinct. If suppose any two elements are equal, then what happens? Observe here. Suppose HIA is equal to HJA, where I is not equal to J. This is the condition. Suppose any two elements in HA are equal, then what happens? By right cancellation law, we get HI is equal to HJ. HI is equal to HJ means two elements are identical in H. Okay, these are nothing but what? HI and HJ are nothing but these are the elements of H. Okay, by this we concluded that all the two elements in H are equal, but this is not true. Already we know that in H we have the elements, those are distinct. Therefore, this is a contradiction. Therefore, all the elements in the right cosets are distinct. Okay. Therefore, which is not true? Which is not true. Therefore, all the elements in HA are distinct. Since H contains m distinct elements. Here we have proved all the elements in the cosets are distinct. Okay. If G is finite, we know that. Next, G is finite. G is finite means that implies HA contains the right coset. HA contains finite number of elements. Finite number of elements. G is finite. We know finite means this G contains n number of elements. That implies if G is finite, then HA is obviously contains finite number of elements. Say K. I will take the number as K. HA contains finite number of elements. Then this G should be equal to HA1 union HA2 union HA3 union so on HAK. HA contains k number of elements and G contains n number of elements. Then the union of all the right cosets of H in G is equal to G. This equation says that the union of all the right cosets of all the k number of right cosets are equal to G. Okay. We know that order of G is n and order of HA is m. This H1A contains m number of elements, H2A contains m number of elements, H3A contains m number of elements up to k times. Since, see here, in HA we have m number of elements. This is the right coset. Okay. Then HA1 also contains m number of elements. H2 contains m number of elements, H3 contains m number of elements, and so on up to HAK. Since the subgroup H contains m number of elements, H1 to Hm, therefore the right coset or left coset also contains m number of elements. Therefore, this implies what? Order of G is n. N is equal to what? M times of, K times of m. Okay, that is equal to what? M is equal to m into K. That implies what? M divides n. M divides n means m is nothing but what? See here, m is order of H. Order of H is m, and what is n? Order of G. Substitute here. M is order of H divides order of G. This is the proof of the Lagrange's theorem. I will repeat once again what is given here. G is a finite group, H is a subgroup of a finite group G, then order of H divides order of G. Let's see the proof. Write down G be a finite group of order n. Consider any number. I will take it as n. Okay, order of G is equal to n, and I will consider an element A belongs to G to define the right or left coset of H in G, and H be a subgroup of a group G of order m. Okay, then order of H is equal to m, means this H contains m number of elements. Then define the right coset of H in G, that is equal to what? HA is equal to H1A, H2A, H3A, so on up to HMA, where H is nothing but what? H1 to HM. These are all H1, H2, H3, so on up to HM belongs to the subgroup H, and this element A belongs to G, main group G. We know that all the elements in H are distinct, then we need to prove all the elements in HA are distinct. For this, I will consider, suppose HI is equal to HJ. Suppose any two elements in HA are equal, then what happens? By right cancellation law, we get HI is equal to HJ. HI is equal to HJ means in H we have two elements, those are identical. Okay, but that is not true. Okay, which is not true. All the elements in H are distinct, we know. Okay, but this shows that any two elements are equal, which is not true. Therefore, all the elements in HA are distinct. Okay, distinct means it contains, since H contains m number of elements, distinct means HA contains distinct elements means those may be K number of distinct right cosets of H in G. Therefore, I will consider it is given here. G is a finite. G is finite means HA is also finite. HA is also finite means it contains some number of elements, that is K. Therefore, G can be written as the union of all the right cosets of H in G up to HAK. HA1 is a one right coset, HA2 is another right coset, H3 is another coset, and so on up to HAK. If you make the union of all the right cosets of H in G, we get the complete group G. Okay, that is nothing but, that implies order of G, that is equal to order of H into K. Okay, this HA1 contains m number of elements, HA2 contains m number of elements up to HAK. Therefore, this can be written as n is equal to m into K, or m divides n. M is nothing but what? Order of H, and n is order of G. This is the required proof. Okay, thank you.